Tola. I'm coming back at you all today, reintroducing myself. It has been over a year since I have said or done pretty much anything, and it was really because I was experiencing a death and being born, reborn. The person that I was a year ago does no longer exist. I've taken the experiences, I have taken the lessons, I have taken um, the achievements, and I have been reborn. I have been born anew. I prefer to say born anew, into a new world. So, one of the major things that has been forecast for me is that now it is time for me to be able to speak my truth. And this is what this video is about today. It's about being able to speak my truth. In the last year, I did experience a death. I am so grateful for the awareness that I would be experiencing this death. I knew at the beginning of last year that this would be what my cycle was. And through divination, through astrological readings, through the guidance and the wisdom of my elders, my Babalawo and my Ialosha, I was able to have this awareness that this is what this cycle was about. It was about things ending. It was about phases ending, cycles ending, and not just ending, but things that I have done and experienced, and like everything from the last 10 to 20 years would be shifting. My awareness of those things would be shifting. The pains, the traumas, the hurts that I experienced would all be coming up this year. And by no stretch of the imagination was that an understatement. Like, all of it played out. All the nouns were affected. I have had to take a deep dive into my own generational traumas, family traumas. I have had to walk away from friendships. I have had to close down my business and begin all over again. And I'm so thankful, honestly. I'm so thankful, one, for the ancestors granting me privacy for the death to take place, granting me solitude for the death to take place, giving me the comfort of the cocoon, giving me the comfort of sacredness. It can be very hard to have to die in public, but to be able to die in private was truly a blessing to me, because there was a lot of things that came up this year. There's not an area of life that was not affected. And having the awareness that this is what I would be experiencing allowed me to ground in the experience, to truly participate, feel the experience. When we are not aware that these are the things that we are experiencing, then we try to fight against it. And even in some ways, just being transparent, I too still, even knowing that this is what I was experiencing, try to fight through it. But there were times that what I learned in this experience within the course of this last year is that there is no fighting against it. It is more beneficial to surrender to it. And that is what the universe, that is what my ancestors was calling for in my life, to surrender to spirit, to really, it's one thing to say that you're a spiritual being and that you have trust and you have faith in what the universe is doing, that that it's conspiring. It's another thing to completely surrender control of all aspects of life. I have had to surrender control in the arena of teaching. I had to surrender control in the arena of sisterhood. I had to surrender control in the arena of parental childhood healing. I've had to surrender the control. There have been so many different things that have come up this year for me in this death cycle. And so as I walked through the darkness, what I learned is that I could feel my way through. It was really hard not to be able to see. It was scary not to be able to see. Um, and I couldn't see at all year long. All year long, it was like, what is going on? What is this? And now that we are here, I am so grateful for the time that I had to really sit in solitude with my ancestors and really listen, really hear what it is that they had in store for me, really have faith and trust in what the universe was doing. So, there has been a lot of tears. There has been a lot of writing. There's been a lot of screaming. There has been a lot of letting go. This year has felt like a tsunami, like a flood that I had to learn to surrender to, float through, even sometimes doggy paddle. As I continue to walk through this death cycle, feeling my way through, what I learned was about my value. What I learned was about my worth, and that my worth has nothing to do with anybody or anybody else. It's all within myself. What I have learned is that that God is truly within, that I am more than worthy, that I'm more than valuable, and that is the essence of what can never be taken away. In the course of this death, I have been told many times that I needed to speak my truth, that I needed to share my truth. I have been told that the story that I share can be of help, can be of benefit to others. And so, in the course of this last year, what I have learned is that regardless of what you think, we have to keep pushing through. We have to keep walking forward, feeling our way in the darkness. And that our ancestors truly guide. Our ancestors truly guide us. Even in the worst of it, in the deep depths of the hell that I had to walk through, what I learned later is, in my breakthrough, what I learned later is that even in those, the universe was conspiring. And there were certain things that I had to endure. There were certain things that I had to encounter. I needed to feel what I felt. Sometimes that was feeling like I was ostracized. Sometimes that was feeling like an orphan, a motherless child, and my mother and my father is still alive. So sometimes it felt like being an orphan, not having family. And sometimes it felt like not being seen. Sometimes it felt like not being heard. Sometimes it felt like not being understood. And so what I recognize now is that all of those was tests. All of those were tests to see if I would find my true value, to find my true worth, to find the love and the support and the nurturing that I spoke about to people, but that I really truly needed to give to myself at this time. And with every lesson that I learned, with every test that I overcame, that I aced, what I recognize now is that it was a really breakthrough. And when I experienced the breakthrough, it felt like freedom. It felt like all of this has not been for nothing. It was purposeful. It was purposeful this whole time. And there is a level of understanding. There is a level of gratitude. There is a level of love of self and spirit that has really rejuvenated my spirit, rejuvenated my soul, given me purpose again, given me light. It has helped me to shine regardless. It has helped me to pick myself up and begin again. And with this newfound energy, I am determined to speak my truth, and however my truth can be of benefit, even if it's just for one person. If it can be of benefit, then all of it has been worth it. But the truth is that even if nobody benefits, it has benefited me tremendously. It has benefited me tremendously. I am new. I am completely different than I was a year ago. I am no longer like the remnants of who I was are gone. And I am so looking forward to the new person that I am today, walking into this new world. And I invite you all to walk with me. In this newness, what you can expect is to see not only myself, but it is now time for you all to get a little glimpse of my family. My husband, who most of you already know, Conjure, and the love affair that we share. My family, my daughter, Alexis, who is walking in her purpose, walking in her destiny. My children, you'll get to see little glimpses of it all. We will be talking about family life. We will be talking about Black love. We will be talking about healing generational traumas, generational curses. We will be talking about what it really means to want village, and so much about wanting community, so much about wanting village, so much about wanting tribe really begins with self-accountability. From self-accountability and responsibility, you learn to love yourself unconditionally. And that is the energy that we all should be standing in, so that when we all come together, it is in strength, it is in power, and it is in unity. So, again, I'm Ashun Tola. This is just the beginning. I hope that you will journey with me